Hey everyone, I hope this video finds you safe and well. I am so excited about this video and all of the information that it holds, so please stay tuned to the whole video. It is a bit longer than my normal video, but it has so much information packed into it about our in-person gatherings. So first off, I am excited to tell you that we are coming back to in-person worship beginning May 23rd at 10 a.m. It is so exciting to be able to say that. That being said, as we come back to in person, there will be some changes to how we have done worship in the past. The purpose of the rest of this video is to explain and walk you through some of those safety protocols, but before I do that, I want to explain why these protocols are in place. I realize that many people in this congregation have been vaccinated, and while that is fantastic, there are still many in our congregation who are not vaccinated. We are one community of Christ, and as one community, we must do what is right for the most vulnerable people in our community. That is why these safety protocols in place. We are being caring of our community, of Christ's community. I also want to reiterate that even though we are coming back to in-person worship, if you do not feel comfortable or have not felt well, please continue to watch the live stream. We are going to be continuing to live stream for the foreseeable future. Now that I've said that, let's take a walk into the narthex for our first set of safety protocols.
Welcome to the narthex. First, let me begin by saying that to enter the building, face coverings must be worn in order to enter the building. They must be worn at all times when inside the building, except when receiving the communion elements. We will be singing as a part of this service, but again, masks must remain on through the entire service, except when participating in communion. On May 23rd and for all worship opportunities thereafter, you're invited to enter via this door, the main door to our building. All the other doors are off limits at this time just to kind of create some better traffic flow. Once you enter these doors, inside the narthex here, there will be greeters available to guide you to your seat in the sanctuary. Currently, we're only allowing around 30 folks in the sanctuary. And this seating is on a first-come, first-served basis. There will be offering plates in the narthex right here, you'll see. Offering plates in the narthex. If you choose to place your offering before or after, they'll be available at all times on Sunday. Don't fret if you arrive a little later and closer to worship time and all 30 seats are filled. There is going to be overflow. So there'll be overflow here in the narthex. We have chairs set up here, so we can fit maybe about 10 extra people in the narthex, and then we'll have overflow seating in the fellowship hall, and there'll be a live stream going on in the fellowship hall. So that's kind of what's going on here in the narthex. There's not going to be any congregating afterwards or before the service in the narthex, so it's pretty much enter straight into wherever you're seating for worship. So that's how it's going to kind of work in here. So let's go on into the sanctuary and take a look at some of the safety protocols that we have in place for worship itself. Welcome to the sanctuary. First, you may notice that things look a tad bit different, maybe. Maybe you notice the green spots here on the pews. This green tape, if you see it in front of you, this means that that's where you can sit. So if you see the green tape, you'll just take a turn here and have a seat in front of so the green tape will always be in front of you. So you can remember it this way. Green in front means go. But you don't necessarily need to worry about where to sit and stuff, because as you come in from the narthex, those greeters that I mentioned earlier, they will be available to guide you to your seat. So greeters are going to start seating up here in the front of the sanctuary first and slowly start to move back, seating behind those green tapes so everybody's spaced out evenly. The reason we're doing this, I know that Many of you have places that you love to sit. You sat for years. But because of COVID, we're trying to reduce the amount of movement within the sanctuary. And so follow the greeter's instructions when you arrive. Once seated, the next time you will move will be for communion. Communion is going to be done in stations. Greeters will guide each side of the pew, so each side of the pew will be guided into create a line, starting here and starting here for this side, and you'll come down. I will be right here in the center with the bread, and should you come from this side, I'll step over here and hand you your bread, and then you can come over here and receive your wine and go back to your seat. Should you be on this side, I'll step over here, hand you your bread, and you can come over here to get your wine and return and go back to your seat. There will be graves available at both stations. The lines coming forward will alternate from right to left. I'll guide you in how to do that. Once everyone in the sanctuary has communed, those that are in the narthex and the fellowship hall will then be invited to come forward for communion. Once everyone is back in their seats, the service will continue on until the ending, until the sending. After the sending, after I say, go in peace, serve the Lord, and ask you the all-important question of, who are you? You'll be released starting with the fellowship hall, then the narthex, and then the greeters will release from the back to the front. So the first people to get here are the last people to leave, in other words. So we're doing that to kind of reduce the amount of movement. As you go out, there's not going to be any congregating in the narthex area. All the fellowship will happen outside. So you'll be directed outside, and there you can fellowship to your heart's content, seeing each other for the first time in a long time. So all worship participants are invited to stay outside. Whew, that was a lot of information, I know. It took me a long time to write this all out, and should you have any questions, it's a lot. Don't freak out. There's going to be people here to remind you of all of these protocols and to help kind of keep us all safe. So please don't freak out. Please be calm as we enter into this worship space for the first time in over a year. It will be wonderful. Should you have any comments or questions or concerns and would like to talk with me, please reach out to me. I'm here to talk with you about this. I can show it to you in person if you'd like. But until then, I look forward to seeing a lot of you on May 23rd. And until next time, may God bless you always. Bye for now.